Hey everybody, so I'm going to start this heat treating video over again. This is my turkey roaster and I've got some pretty large pieces of Edwards in here. This one's really big. It's probably, I don't know, that's a 10-pound rock or so. And I have some smaller ones in here also. I know they should probably all be about the same size, but I'm just going to try it and see what happens. We're just going to take it to, I think we're going to take it to 400 degrees. And we're going to do that over several days. So, and I have these temperature gauges set up in here. There's 3 probes, and we have they run from right to left. They're not set in there quite the way I normally would because the pieces are so big, so they're hard to get in there. But we've got zone 1 over here, 2 and 3, so I can keep an eye on the temperature. And sometimes those temperatures really do vary quite a bit. And I did poke some new holes in my lid, but I think it'll be okay. And I have to put rocks on top of this so it'll stay on there. But we're going to start out here at 200 degrees, and that's going to sit on there for 24 hours like that at least. And then we're going to start moving the temperature up really slow after that. So I had these all in here, but now I'm not sure that I can get them back in here or not. I'll adjust that, get them in there, put a rock on top so the lid closes, and we'll just see where this goes. We're going to spall this out after it's heat treated, but it's going to take several days so to do this. So, but I did do some of this earlier. The video got deleted. I accidentally deleted it when I was making room in my phone, but it worked pretty good. I got it a little hot, but it worked pretty good, but it did take quite a bit more time, several more days, a couple more days, anyways, to get it done. So, anyways, we'll see how this goes, heating whole nodules. I'll keep you guys updated and add on to this video as I go along. Okay, here's a little update. We started this heat treat yesterday. This is the next day. It's about 2 o'clock or so. It's New Year's Eve. And the turkey roaster is set at 200 degrees, and as you can see, it's 258 on number 1, which is the left side of the turkey roaster, 230 in the center, and 247 on the far right. Now some of that can be positioning, you know, maybe the thing's a little closer to the side than the other, but number 1 and number 2 are pretty close in distance wise away from the edge of the roaster, but there's about 30 degrees difference between the center and the left side, and that's only, I mean, it ain't 8 inches apart, right? So there's a big difference there, but we're gonna let this continue cooking like this today, and then tomorrow we're gonna start creeping it up about I better check that because that temperature's dropping some, so make sure that thing's going still. But anyways, because it was up around 260 just a little bit ago, so, or maybe the elements just, it drops down so far and then kicks up, I'm not sure. But anyways, that's what the temperature is, about a 30 degree difference between the center and the left. But anyways, that's it, and we'll check back in. I'll show you picking it up tomorrow. So hi everyone, I wanted to show you this. I've been moving the heat up a little bit at a time. We're a couple days into this deal now. I left it on 200 for about 2 days or more or less like that, for them large pieces in there, and then I've just been easing it up since I started easing it up some last night, and I've been on it today. And I was going to go around 400 degrees, and we're around that on both ends, but the middle is obviously way cooler. That may even out some here, but I'm going to leave it like this right here for about the next 6 hours, and I'm just going to turn it off and test it and see how it is. So it either be great or it won't. So I'll see you when we're pulling it out. Hey everyone, so I'm going to try and finish this video up. It's actually about 2 weeks later, and I've got 2 videos I've had stored in my phone that I need to, or parts of them that I need to finish up. I've been gone out of state, so I'm back now, and I'm going to try and get things rolling here again, get some videos done. But this is the heat treating video, and I haven't looked at this since I shot some video as it was going along. That's going to be on the front of this, and I'm going to shoot the I'm going to show you what's inside. I haven't even looked. I turned it off and walked away, and that's all I've done. But we're going to take a look at it. It may all be blown up. I don't know. I was heating some large nodules, trying that, and heating them up real slow, and then going to try to spall them. And I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, here's our roaster. Just normal roaster. I got a couple new holes in my lid from trying to smoosh it all in there. But at first glance, it looks like it's still together. I think this got up, I'll have to review it, but I think it got up to about 400, 420, something like that, depending on which end I was on. But I also have the saw running. I got the saw back going again. I don't know if it's feeding quite as well as it should, but I also threw a couple of bifaces in here to give them a little more heat. Now some of this, it may need more heat, it may not. I'm not sure about that, but anyways, that's a pretty substantial piece right there, and it seemed to have held together. I mean, that's probably a, let's see what it is here. Yeah, that's actually too much weight for me to be lifting right now, but yeah, that's a 24-pound rock that I just heat treated. And we'll see how it comes apart. It may just blow all the pieces of it. I'll load this stuff in the bucket, take it over there, and we'll get the biface in it. Okay, so we're back over here trying to get the camera set back up. And bear with me a minute. Gotta get myself situated here. So yeah, I got my saw back going again, more or less. Still don't seem to be, I don't think it's feeding quite right, but it is sawing some stuff. I had some gold sheen percussion slabs promised to a couple different people, and let's see here, what am I gonna have now? Okay, I got my good heavy pad here. If you guys haven't seen these are on the website, and you won't get a heavier pad than this, and the more broke in they get, the better they get. But I leave it rolled up as much as possible, that way it stays formed in my leg. But when you're spalling or doing heavy work, that pad is super nice. It's a leg saver for sure. Let's see here. How are we going to attack this? We're going to have to knock a little bit of this corner off. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to try and take a spall across this bottom. That didn't work at all. All right, we're going to try something else. There's a spall. Yeah, broke apart. It's got some cracks in it. You can see where those are in there. That's probably why that other one didn't break off there. You guys can't really see that, can you? Just now looking at this. Sorry about that. Probably didn't have you where you could see me. There's a good spall. Another one popped off the bottom. It does have some cracks in there, but we'll see. We're going to biface some of this and see how it goes. Got a good platform right here. It's a natural platform. It's a little bit steep, but I think it'll work. We'll see. Yeah, quite a few cracks in this. He was all the way across this whole area right here. You can see where it came in, and which separated all this. See if we can pop that off. That's pretty. Some of this may need some more heat. Let's see. Trim this outside stuff off. That'd be a nice ball. Now we got a crack in here. Trying to figure out how I can get this separated, and maybe I'll just tap on it. I was hoping to just separate that. That's got a crack run across it. It won't be any good. We'll probably make a good biface out of that. Still want to get this off there. There we go. Now we may be able to biface this down and get something out of that. I've done it. That's pretty narrow. We'll probably just make a biface out of this here. We got a pile of spalls there. Let's do this other gray one here. This old gray Edwards. Let's see if we can make something happen on it. Got a natural ridge right here and a platform here, so let's. It's a nice ball. Try and take one across right here off this platform. Probably switch to a smaller hammer. I didn't really want that to happen, but it did. Yeah. look at all these crossed here, so which means it's probably got more cracks in there. Yep. That'll still make a nice piece right there. And that undercut pretty much all that, so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and biface a couple of these. And we'll just see how that goes. All right. It looks like it needs a little more heat on this particular piece. Yeah, because this should get real glossy. I'll heat this. The stuff needs heated back up. I'll probably, especially this gray stuff, it'll go 500 degrees and I'll hold it for a longer period of time. I believe this was 420 at, well, it depends on which end it was on. I have to review the tape. But I'll tell you what it did do. You guys have watched some of my other videos trying to biface this, or to spall this stuff out. It's so doggone hard that I couldn't do that. So I'm going to try and hit this corner right here and run a flake across this. That didn't really work. There we go. So this needs more heat, so that's going to go back in the heat treat. And let's see, what do we got here? Here's a piece. Like to hear that snap. You can make an arrowhead out of that. We got some crud we got to get out of this one. This limestoney stuff that's near the surface. Hold on just one second. Okay, I just thought I'd try some solid copper here to it's good arrowhead flake. So we got some really cold weather coming, and putting out extra feed for the animals, and supposed to get down to 0, which is pretty doggone cold around here. I don't know if I've actually ever seen 0 here, but I'm sure it's happened before, but I've only been here See, a flake like this right here, you could easily make a arrowhead out of that. I mean, that's a nice little flake. It's pretty straight and just easy to make a point out of. Yeah, this piece is chipping really nice. No problems there. Yeah, see, that flake came all the way over to here, so. This one will not need more heat. It's going to be just fine. Nice, easy to knap. We'll put that in my face bucket. And I have a couple 5-gallon buckets of heat treated bifaces available. This piece is going to require some more. This is more off that gray piece. It's going to require a little more heat. This top layer sure is nice though. Got some cracks in that outer layer. There's a beautiful arrowhead flake. It's bifacing okay, but it still needs some heat. There's a difference between bifacing and then having it work when it gets thin. And I can tell I could nap this, but it'll nap a whole lot easier if I run this piece to the heat treat again. And definitely needs heat treating some more. But you can turn this old rough gray Edwards into, yeah, I'm going to stop there as we're starting to hinge this thing out. Once I heat treat this again, I'll be able to, this will just get glass. It'll knock that right off there. So, let's see. We had this ugly piece here, had a bunch of stuff around the outside here. Nothing you can do to save that. A little smaller bopper. Getting rid of that bulb of percussion. pretty easy to turn this into a point. And that's just on the outside there now. We got that skimmed off pretty good, but flake ran all the way into here. That piece is fine. I might even nap this one. We'll see. Let's do one more. This was a little flake that came off. It's got cracks in here. It may not, this piece may not work out because that does go pretty deep right there. See how far that came in there? But it came right to that crack, and that was the end of it. Got underneath part of that. Yeah, we're not going to get underneath that part though. It just runs too deep, I think. We'll knock this corner off right there, gives us a platform to come back on. Yeah, that's really interrupting things, but if it's got cracks, it just stops the flake just right in its tracks. Yeah, there she went. You can still get an arrowhead out of that, but might not be worth messing with. Here's a goofy spall here. This one could use a little more heat too. This is off that gray piece. Let's check a couple more of these. Just a little more heat. Could be the same temperature, just a little longer. Would will change this. Got this right here, and we'll try and run a flake in right there. Come in there. Yep, so we're gonna heat treat that. Let's see what else we got here. This is a whole chunk right here. There was a lot of artifacts there, and this very well, I don't know, could have been one, I guess. It's all chipped all the way across this top side. So I don't know if that's what, but very well could have been an artifact. Something someone chipped on a long time ago, but still got the cortex, so I don't know. Maybe that developed over 6,000 years. I'm not sure about that, but that whole side was chipped, and I don't believe that was by Mother Nature. This could have been, though. I see an awful lot of people looking at rocks going, this is an artifact. I'm thinking, that's a rock. Some of the stuff you see, it's a pretty big stretch of the imagination that it is what they're trying to make it out to be. Each to their own. That one, he treated pretty nice. So, yeah, there's a biface. Here's another one that was, this is just broke. It's not an artifact, I'm sure. It's got some cracks in it. Another crack. Now let's see here. It's got some more cracks in it. Yeah, I think with the limestone and the cracks, I don't think I'm going to get much out of this piece. That's going to be just an arrowhead piece because it's got this limestone, still has to be worked out of it. It's heat treated fine, but there's another chunk here that here I'm just hitting down and taking some of this bulb of percussion out, turning the edge a little bit so I can come back on it. And we're going to lose this part that's got all that limestone in there, but all right. Had to pause there for just a second. The reason that edge is giving up is because that cortex is still on there. We got this. I'm going to run this across like that. At least, yeah. I came in here like this, clean some of that off. Maybe able to get one to come off this point right here down this way. That's what happened. Came in right here. That wind is howling out there, boy. You can see how glassy and shiny that is. This piece will make a nice point. Alright, that was the last part of the limestone to get out of it. Well, yeah, there's a nice biface, nice and shiny. And there's a bunch more of this like this, but there's a bunch more of the gray that'll have to be heat treated again. But it was a success, because before I was beating myself to death trying to even get spalls off those, and I was getting more waste than what we just got. And by heat treating that low and slow, I was able to spall it real nice. So that's what I'm going to do. And also, I got some exciting news. My kiln is on its way, so I'm going to have that pretty soon. So going to be a bunch of changes when that shows up. So here's a piece of that gray that from another batch that you can see where I chipped it here, how shiny that is. I think you can. And once it's heat treated like this gray stuff is just nice rock to work. So, yeah, that's beautiful. Anyways, we're going to end this here. I'm going to be making some points out of some of this. I'll let you guys know when I'm making a point out of this rock to be heat treated, and some of it's going to go back in. And I may do a video, release it later, showing this gray stuff and how it's slicked up. But anyways, we're going to call this. I'm going to piece these parts together, and you guys got to see how that worked. And it did work just fine with heat treating large nodules real slow. And I just cranked it up really slow. So we started out at 200. I left it there for like 2 days, and then, well, a day and a half. So not quite 48 hours. And I just started cranking it up real slow. And I would say about 25 degrees an hour or so. Just real nice and slow. And it worked out fine. But like I said, some of this didn't quite get heated enough. So we'll go back through that, and what needs to go back in, I will. So I hadn't heat treated large nodules of this before, not like that. So like we weighed that one, I don't remember what it was, 24 or 27 pounds or something like that. You'll know, it's in the video. And so I went a little bit lower for less time. That's shiny there, but this needs more here. So anyways, that's it for this one. I appreciate y'all watching. The indirect sticks are all in stock. These hand pads fantastic. People are liking them, and I think they'll last a long time. But anyways, these are available. I got a bunch of stuff in stock, and there's going to be a whole bunch of rock coming here shortly. And there's going to be some obsidian, a couple different kinds of obsidian. There's going to be some Keokuk. There's going to be some percussion slabs and spalls of Buffalo River. Really nice stuff. There's going to be some Novaculite coming here pretty soon. I'm going to sell some of the stuff that I've got. Going to be moving some rock, trying to pay for that kiln. But anyways, y'all, I appreciate you watching. I truly do. It's good to be back, and we'll catch you on the next one. Keep napping.